Everybody, welcome back to another vlog video. Yes, everybody, in today's video, let's fly a very special plane. Yes, the Airbus A340. And let me tell you the story of how I fell in love with it. You know, I flew that plane last week here with Lufthansa, and beforehand of making this vlog, I already had thought of a title, of an interesting title. I was gonna call this plane The Worst Airbus Plane, and you know, throughout that video, I kind of regretted that choice. Let's have a bit of a look.
Everybody, welcome back to Frankfurt Airport. Good early morning indeed. In today's video, it is time to join me on another aviation adventure. Everybody, in today's video, let's fly the worst Airbus ever made. Of course, I'm talking about the A340.
Did I just call the Airbus A340 the worst Airbus? I mean, it seems like I've completely forgot about the A380! God damn!
I mean, okay, I kind of feel bad for calling this the worst Airbus ever made, but it's the least successful.
I mean, that's just factually wrong. The A340 is a whole lot more successful than the A380, for example, with over 100 more planes built. I don't know, this is just a classic Swiss Air one thing where I'm like stuck to this idea. Let's present this plane to be the worst Airbus ever, which it clearly is not, and I will find that out later in the video. God damn it, this is embarrassing. But keep going, Mr. Swiss, come on. It's
the aircraft that's kind of, you know, aged to the worst due to its 4 engines. We're going to talk about that later on. Let's first of all go to the gate. Everybody, today is of course a special flight. You know, only a month ago I flew one of the special Lufthansa short-haul flights with long-haul airliners flight, you know, the 747 to Palma de Mallorca, whatever.
Yes, I'm pretty sure by now we all know this thing that Lufthansa does, you know, flying the 747 on a 40-minute flight to Hamburg, or, you know, A350 to Munich, and also the A340 to Paris. And so I was like,
and everybody, in today's video I thought, let's fly another one of those routes, and we're gonna fly à Paris, you know, to Paris, France, in the A340. I just met this guy while talking to the camera. Can you talk about what our flight is going to be today?
Yo, we are flying the Airbus A340 300 and yeah, to Paris, Charles de Gaulle.
Very nice. What's your name?
My name is Tim.
Nice to meet you, Tim.
Yes, as you can see, yes, this is a special flight after all. There are, of course, a lot of avgigs like us flying this plane here down this short flight to celebrate the A340. You know, at this point, I was already like, okay, you know what? People like the A340. No one would ever say it's the worst Airbus plane. Some people even say it's the best Airbus plane. And, you know, at this point, I'm already like, why am I trying to make it the worst then? At this point, I was already like, oh, this is gonna be a failure of a video. Uh-oh.
You know, this plane is a quarter of a century old. This is a bit of a retro plane indeed. These are the same engines that are also on the A320, the CFM56. This is what Tim just told me about. Yes, you know, this is the plane that's known for having 5 APUs, which is something you'd say because these engines are not very powerful as a normal APU engine. You know, this is a bit of an underpowered plane, some people might say, especially the bigger one.
I mean, yeah, you know, the negativity doesn't really stop here, but that's kind of true about the A340. The engine choice is a bit strange, and it's the only reason why the A340 is a little bit unsuccessful. I mean, if we compare it to the A340 that only has 2 engines, the A330, I mean, that one is the most successful Airbus plane. That's kind of wrong, A320 is, but it doesn't matter. You know the reason why they made this weird choice of 4 engines on one plane was, of course, because of ETOPS certification. You know, back in the early 90s when this plane was launched, you could only fly across oceans if you had 4 engines, because if one would fail, you'd have 3 more, all that stuff. Of course, that changed only a few years later. Now we pretty much only have twin-engine planes flying across oceans. So now Airbus is kind of stuck with this plane that uses a whole lot more fuel. Of course, 4 engines are not very fuel efficient, and that's the reason why no one really opted for the A340, but instead took the A330. Anyway, it's now time to board this stupid plane and check it out from the inside. After all, again, it is very old. And so I'm here in this absolutely comfortable A340 seat that even has a mirror in front of it. I mean, honestly, the screen could have been a bit less reflective, but look at the cup holder we have right here. Yes, this turns out to be an incredibly comfortable plane. I was like, oh, this is actually, I like this. I'm starting to like this very much.
Check this out, everybody. The working safety video, that's great.
Alright, so it's now time to spool up these 4 engines. Let's get this going. And here, this map I found a bit interesting. I mean, you can see like it's showing the whole world, because that's normally where the A340 flies. I mean, this thing just came from a 10-hour flight, and now it's doing a flight to Paris for like 40 minutes. It's crazy. And here we are taking off from runway 18, you know, the airport runway of Frankfurt that has never been used for a landing. It's a takeoff only runway, and we're using the Sobra to uniform departure towards the south.
What I definitely realized that this plane is incredibly quiet, especially for its age. Probably that's due to the A320 size engines, but this plane is very comfortable, very nice to sit in. I don't hate this at all, actually. Fly the worst Airbus ever made. Alright, welcome to the A340 bathroom, which is a bit, you know, it's a bit, you can say it's an airplane bathroom. What do I expect? 25 years old airplane. You know, the problem is that when I boarded this plane, when I sat in this seat, I kind of had a bit of a change of heart. I was like, you know what? I can't hate this plane. Who can hate this plane? It's very quiet, comfortable. I mean, of course, the cabin is old, yeah, but it's got a lot of soul to it. More than, I think, more modern airplanes. I don't know how to describe it. I love the pencil. I love how it butters.
Check out this beautiful middle landing gear. Isn't that absolutely perfect? Oh yeah. That is what I'm talking about, everybody. The A340 has succeeded.
Anyway, this is the bathroom review. Let's perhaps go for a bit of a tour through the cabin, maybe see the business class, see how that looks. I have a feeling it's not very lucrative for Lufthansa to fly the A340 on this route. This plane is barely full. I don't think the passengers even paid for the fuel that this thing consumes on this flight. Tim, can you give me a premium economy review?
Yeah, I can.
Take the microphone.
Okay. Yeah, hello. So this is the usual Lufthansa premium economy seat. Yeah, we have the IFE down here.
Oh, okay.
Here we have the IFE.
You know what? In real life, this also serves as a mirror.
Oh yeah, that's right. We have plenty of space in front of the seat, plenty of leg space. The headrest is here. We can, yeah, the tray table is inside here.
This is the tour of the premium economy.
That's right.
Still, we're in the Kato class here. We're in the economy class. They won't let us in here into the business, I guess. There's a curtain right here that blocks our entrance. Oh, the peasants of the economy can't enter the business, even though that's exactly the business class we had in the 747, you know, a few weeks ago. So nothing too special. The thing is, we don't even need business class because we can just have a lie flat bed here. Good. That's it. Although the cruise altitude is 24,000 feet. I'm pretty sure that's a bit unusual for the A340. We can't zoom in.
But still, check out this interesting cockpit view. It's kind of like the flight simulator after all. Great.
You know, Dominik just had the great idea to just go up front here because we can see the engines very well here. The 2 engines now here. Something that's weird is that this cabin, like these screens here are bigger than in the back, and this one has no screen at all. You can't watch TV.
And as you can see, there's something very special about these 4 engines. It's just that kind of safety. It kind of does still give you, I don't know, it just has this specific feeling, the 4-engine type feeling. This plane must be amazing to fly as well as pilots. Something that's a bit strange is that we're so far above the clouds, but Paris is so close, and we're already kind of coming in for a landing right now in a few minutes. And that is because the clouds are hanging extremely low. Yes, the pilot just announced extremely poor weather conditions in Paris. Fog. Great. Okay, very, very bad weather indeed, but let's see now. Is the butter queen going to butter? Let's find out. And to butter, it definitely has. The butter queen, everybody. Isn't that great? So let's go ahead and taxi to the gate.
Can you see what's over there? The Concorde. Can you see the Concorde?
And maybe also make a visit to the cockpit now. Come on.
Darf ich ein Foto machen vom Cockpit? Ja, wie gesagt. Ohne Gesichter, nur mit Hinterkopf. Alles klar.
Check out these 25-year-old LCD screens. You know, the refresh rate is so low that it shows.
I remember you. Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine. You?
Taking the flight back here to Frankfurt. Yeah, right. Here it is, everybody. The A340 that we just flew here. The weather is absolutely shit. It's amazing. Check this out. I'm pretty sure that was a very butter-looking landing as well. Beautiful cockpit. Absolutely nice. You know, this is one of those things that just makes me like Lufthansa. You know, very German, very heritage, very traditional, very, you know, this is a very high-value airline after all.
Yes, you couldn't really see it in my face right there, but definitely I changed my mind about the A340. This is an amazing plane that deserves to be celebrated. It's a shame. You know, this is my first A340 flight and probably will be one of my last. This thing is very much getting retired right now, and I don't understand. I mean, you know, this is not a very efficient plane and it's very old. Yes, the 4-engine plane are definitely dying out at the moment, which is a shame, but really that's what reality is. So really, I have fallen in love with the A340, and many people have over the years, and it's so understandable. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, good night.